We are in Nordenau in the German Sauerland region, a little village of 350 souls which lies between Winterberg and Schmallenberg. Nordenau is a borough of the community of Schmallenberg. Since 1992 there is an unusual feature which has already attracted millions of people searching for a cure, the Brundholes slate mine of the hotelier Tom Mess. Once the hotelier received a visit from a Dutch guest to whom he showed the mine, in which slate was extracted until 1927, and which was serving later as a wine cellar. This Dutchman concluded that there is not only healing water welling up in the slate mine, but also considerable energies, pulsating earth rays with a healing effect, a fact which got round with the time more and more. This had the consequence that the number of visitors increased. Today the Dutchman still lives in Nordenau. His name is Erwin van Borkum and he practices as a life advisor and energetic healer. He was willing to be interviewed, but did not want to be filmed. Today he has his practice on the cement pad located near the church. The Van Borkums do a trade with minerals in the house next door. Splendid precious stones lie also on the outside. On our question whether he isn't afraid of pickpockets which take along the stones without payment, he answered that stolen stones would only bring bad luck to the thief. He told us that in earlier days he had worked in the therapy center of the mine and in the weekend busloads of visitors came and it finally became too much for him. A point of criticism of Van Borkum is that the admission price to enter the slate mine is too expensive. But he still stands firmly in his belief of the energies and the healing qualities of the mine water. Once in the 90s the hotelier had invited children from Chernobyl, suffering on leukemia at that time, to give them an opportunity of a cure at his expense and finally with good results and a cure for the children. We already see the grey layers of soil of the Slate Mountains from the parking place. If we take a closer look at Nordenau from the bird's eye view, we see below in the picture a ridgeback of the Slate Mountains. This is his counterpart in the upper part of the picture, but it is invisible because it is overgrown of vegetation and therefore invisible from this prospect, though. The whole valley is full of creeks, which trickle everywhere down the mountains, forming into small channels and water support basins. On the hotel area we find several little fountains and even through the mine tunnel flows a little stream. Wandering around the back of the hotel complex, we walk up the hill towards the eastern mountain back. From this location we can overview the whole area. From the opposite side we look upon the western mountain range, which forms a kind of a roof to the mine, on whose counterpart we are standing now. The double gable lying below of us is a part of the entrance to the slate mine tunnel. A peaceful place offers opportunity for prayers and meditation. One visitor donated a statue of Saint Mary which has found her place in the waiting room, given for the gratitude of his successful cure of lymphatic gland cancer. During the week it is relatively quiet here, but busloads of visitors arrive at the weekend. Looking around the hotel area we meet Mr. Tom Mess and we ask him to give us a short statement.
Well, we have complete reports about the water. Dr. Deck works already for a long time with his patients, and he already has written different documentations together with Professor Shah about this. He is a molecular biologist from Japan, and he is also the chairman of the World Association of the Molecular Biologists. In connection with the mine water and the slate mine as such, they hold very closely together, and with the corresponding successes. You also should consult the different visitors. They can give you concrete information.
An amount of €6 needs to be paid as a fee at the reception before entering the mine, where you can also purchase containers for the mine water. The documentations of Professor Shire Hatter hang on the wall in the waiting room, visible for everyone. What can scientists and physicians tell us about the mine and its healing water?
Healing qualities are contributed by the mine in Norderney and its clear water. How Professor Shire Hatter, professor at Kyushu University in Fukuoka in Japan, rightly knows. Norderney water, of which 1,000 litres had been sent to him, was examined in his laboratories. More than 500 patients drank the water with spectacular results. Shire Hatter noticed that illnesses like cataracts, arthritis, cancer, neurodermitis and the initial layers of multiple sclerosis reacted positively with the water, to which he certifies phenomenal healing power. Shire Hatter discovered that the healing water seems to be reducing, what means that it shows an electron extra at which free radicals can dock. Examinations at the institute of the researcher Professor Popin Noyce yielded another piece of evidence that the water of Norderney has a higher quality than ordinary water. A special alga type grew in the mine water far better than in the comparison water. Further studies of the biophotons showed moreover that the algae grown in the mine water can store the light better than those in the comparable water. They became more vigorous and healthier, an effect which apparently takes place also with human beings. The cures in the mine are well documented for their effectiveness by Dr. Steinbrück. First cures could be documented, for example, skin illnesses, eye complaints, high blood pressure, digestion disturbances and stomach illnesses were influenced just as positively as different cancer sufferings. A methodical assay with 42 visitors of the cave brought the result: 30% learned a total cure, 28% a clear recovery and 26% a certain recovery. Dr. Gaydek recorded the results of 1320 patients who went to the mine regularly and drank the water in an essay. He recorded the recovery of test persons who suffered from tinnitus, heart circulation troubles, respiratory tract problems, spinal column syndromes, digestion problems, sleeplessness or diabetes. Dialysis patients also can profit. Numerous spontaneous remissions happened and much indicates that the water activates self-repair mechanisms of the body in an amplified way.
Admission into the mine tunnel is at every 4.5 hours. The real usable time is 20 minutes for this, since also letting in and out of the visitors and filling the water containers requires time. You can equip yourself with helmets, mats and floor cushion in the foyer. Even wheelchairs are available. In any case, you should take floor cushion and mats along with you, because it runs and drops almost everywhere in the mine tunnel, and it is unpleasant to sit on the wet bench. It is wet and dark in the mine. Since a streamlet flows through the mine, it's a good idea to put on firm footwear. The mine leader makes his announcement.
You are in the middle of the energy field now. This is a magnetic field with a positive effect for the whole body. You can absorb the rays by letting your arms hang down your body. It can occur that some visitors cannot stand the rays. Please, if you start to get uneasy, please go immediately out of the radiate area to the outside. And now we wish you all the best and primarily much success.
The water shows unusual physical features. Theodor Thomas had the water examined, both in the Institute for Health and Hygienics in Gelsenkirchen and in the Fresenius Institute. Result: it is good drinking water. It is by 8% more lightweighted than ordinary water. Besides its weight anomaly, the water also has the characteristic to drain away in a clockwise whirl. The usual drain direction on the northern hemisphere is counterclockwise. After the stay in the mine tunnel, some people used to go to the so-called after-burning place. The energy ascending there caused an irritation of the balance sense both with my companion Marianne and me. But everybody reacts differently. Once again the next visitors group awaits at the point of admission into the mine, and we remember the advice given to us by Mr. Thomas first, to ask for their experiences and their cure successes. And then she felt better, after she had drunken the water.
Yes, she had cancer, and it was stomach and gullet cancer in transition and in the hospital, they told us. Perhaps she still has a week or 14 days. And then I have always brought the water from here. And then she has made still another whole year. She even has recovered.
Das ist ein Unterschied, ne?
She did only weigh 39 kilograms but has now gained weight.
You still must tell the age. She was already very old.
89. And she had a, how do you call it? Such a probe.
A stomach probe?
Yes, it didn't go through anymore. And ironically enough, after she had consumed the water from here, a little bit passed through her throat again. Funnily enough. And the metastases haven't developed, just by the water. Her brother, who has cared for her, has suddenly removed the water and he was irritated. He said, "It is cropped, the water, I wouldn't need to bring any more." From now on she was declining.
One could notice, if she had the water she felt better.
As soon as the water was removed, metastases had developed. She was in the computer tomograph and it was stated that then she was on the decline rapidly.
There are some who have a tickling in the legs. I try to focus into myself completely but nothing happens.
I feel the tickle even here.
Especially if you are in the mine. You will notice this.
I think I was already 20 or 30 times here. At first I went twice a day into the slate mine in the first year, because so it is common. Now I go when it suits to me. Today is the second time. I think the general health improvement is already terrific. Both the air and the water is very helpful with the recovery process. My back, however, is not feeling any recovery effect now. Yesterday I was here for the first time and I have slept just wonderfully. One just wonder, however, why this is. Someone told me this the other day as we sat by chance next to each other. He told that he came driven here, that he wanted to reach the road map, but had forgotten his reading glasses. When he came out of the mine, had been in there the first time and he can hold the map so close, he could read the map without glasses. He made a face, like a little child who sees a Christmas tree for the first time. He was astonished. I won't forget the facial expression of this man, not in a lifetime.
Of course, this is terrific. Does this mean his viewing ability has changed spontaneously?
Yes, his defective vision or his visual weakness was improved. He said, I can read again.
This is terrific. And this was from one visit in the mine? Do you have any idea if this was a permanent result?
I don't know, because he was departed shortly afterwards. He was twice in the mine, then he was driving home again. He should fetch water for somebody.
This certainly has paid for him.
He was completely puzzled.
Well, this is impressive. And what happened to you?
I don't want to tell long stories, just give a short report from the last year. At that time I have had pain in my left ankle joint over the whole summer. Walking downstairs worked only backwards, forward I could have yelled at every step. I was here in the mine the third time, and then I thought, why does it always work this way? This is because you always switch off a little bit, if you are in the mine. And I remarked, there it was, as if somebody would kneel and work with a knife in the joint. The next day the pain was gone, until today. And something else, on Wednesday last week, there was full moon. I sat here at 4 o'clock, and wanted to go in at 4:30. There is this energy everywhere, even here. It radiated so much through my body, I can hardly describe it. I never had it so intensive. After 10 minutes the sweat ran down. After another 10 minutes I had stomach problems. I felt bad. I packed my things and went away. I didn't go into the mine. I didn't dare.
This is interesting that the moon phases have an influence.
Yes, even the relieving moon. Then it is quite strong. And the Earth gives more, the relieving moon. And at full moon the body absorbs more.
Yes, this was interesting. An interesting aspect, thank you. You surely have a suffering while you come here?
Yes, basically. I contacted a virus in Tunisia with headaches and all this. And then later after the visit it cleared up.
And if you are in the mine, do you feel the energy?
Yes, in every case. It is then aching everywhere, where you have a complaint or ailment.
I have spoken with some people, but they didn't have any perception. They had a benefit of the cure in the mine, but no perception at all.
You have this anyway. I can only recommend it to everyone the doctors have given up on.
Over which time period do you come here to the mine?
These are over 2.5 years now.
Do you come once a month?
Every 4 weeks. And we always go in twice a day.
Do you also otherwise profit from a general condition?
Oh yes.
You sleep much better and so on?
You feel different. I don't cope with the orthodox medicine, but this here helps me. And how have we fared? Our general condition is an improvement of the sleep quality. Even Marianne's rabbit, which we found back at home after our first visit in springtime, completely crippled and it could hardly move, so it was given some water from the mine. The animal doctor thought it must be put to sleep. Today, it is healthy and active again. And in fact with animals there are no imaginations and no placebo effects. So at the end there is no doubt about the mine tunnel of Nordernau. We'll be back, in any case.